Well, a lot of games to be played left. Let's get to hockey, Davis. I couldn't even resist talking about this for so long. I have been, you know, the biggest casual Flyers fan for the longest time. My dad's a big Flyers fan, so like watching these games with him for most of the year, you're like, whatever, because they kind of stink. They had a
Yep.
second where they were fun, and that's where it got fun to watch again. And then right before the All-Star break, they kind of fell out of it completely. Right after the Olympic break, we were sitting here probably on this podcast saying, I wish the Flyers were better. Like, I wish there was
Yep.
better hockey to watch consistently. And the Flyers heard that and they said, okay, we'll just give you competitive hockey. We'll give you the biggest games that we've ever seen. There we go. Larry Shue coming in again. Wheeler could be back in less than 2 weeks. Will be massive because
Need it.
Tywin Walker is ass.
Get him out of there.
He's terrible. But yeah, huge win last night for the Flyers. The biggest win at Wells Fargo, Xfinity Live, whatever you want to call that arena, in 10 years possibly, if you want to say it. They beat the Bruins in overtime. Porter Martone gets his first career goal. The rookie who's played 5-ish games in his career now, playing out of his mind. A lot of guys playing great. Forrester was great last night. Or I'm not saying what last night. It was yesterday afternoon. But Dvorak has been awesome. Drysdale's been awesome. I'm going to give you the floor, though, Davis, because I just wanted to point out that you have not wavered one single time on the Flyers this year. You really haven't. So go ahead.
It's just funny because I wish you were watching or like on Twitter like 2-3 months ago, because it's like everybody wanted Dvorak out. Like everybody
I
wanted
remember
Dvorak
hearing that,
out.
yeah.
Like everyone was saying that this year was a bust.
I remember a friend of the show, Colton, was like, I wish they traded Dvorak at the deadline. I was like, really?
That was a huge. Well, the Flyers didn't do anything at the deadline for like the fourth
Same
year
with
in a row.
Risto,
They
right?
couldn't decide. Yeah, the Risto. We couldn't decide whether we were going to be buyers or sellers. We stayed put right in the middle and actually traded away Bobby Brink, which I think was actually a good move because the Flyers have so many young. We have so many young forwards coming up, including Porter Martone, who's obviously here and ready to make a statement. I mean, through 3 games, I'm pretty sure he already has like almost 20 shots, which is like an NHL record.
I saw that. That's ridiculous.
It's an absolutely absurd stat. But since the Olympics, the Flyers have been the second best team in hockey. And I mean, a lot of that does come down to goaltending. And I've been this whole year, I've been a huge Dan Vladar fan.
You have.
Now, coming off the break, Ersson has been one of the best goalies in the NHL.
Yes.
He's like 4-1.
I tried to talk about Ersson to you over Vladar, and you did not have it. So talk about Vladar. Talk about Vladar.
Oh, I mean, he is keeping the Flyers in games. Like how bad the Flyers power play has been. He has been saving our penalty kill a lot of the time. Like
he had some nice saves yesterday for sure.
He is keeping us into games and letting the offense cook pretty much. And we're finally we've been doing it all year, but I feel like we started the year saying, hey, Zegras, go out, do whatever you want. You couldn't do anything in Anaheim. They really, that's exactly why he wanted out. It's because they were handcuffing him and not letting him, maneuver the puck. Yeah. And I feel like now we're getting to a point where Zegras and his teammates, they know where the puck's going to be going. I just think that needs to translate over to the power play a little bit more, because
power play's been terrible for at least the last week that I've been intensely watching.
I mean, it's been the worst power play for the past 5 years. Like
5 years?
Yeah, look at power play numbers for the past 5 years. Flyers are at the bottom. It's not great. I think it's going to come along, though. I do, because these guys do need to gel together, and they're getting hot at the right time. Yeah. The only thing I don't want, though, is a repeat of 2 years ago when the Flyers were in a very similar situation. And we had to win the last game of the year against the Capitals to go to the playoffs, and we lost like 4-0.
That was bad. That was really bad. It felt like we had the other night when we lost to the Capitals, but thank God that we're still having things fall our way, which is the key part of what's got to happen going forward, right?
Yes, and all these other teams. I mean, we can't be relying on teams to lose for our benefit, but the Islanders, the Red Wings, the Jackets, they've been terrible for the past 2 weeks.
They've lost every single time we've needed them to.
Yes,
I saw last night or the night before, we needed the Blue Jackets and the Islanders to lose. And at the time I checked, they were both up, I think, 2 goals, and they both choked both games and lost.
Yep.
Like we're being blessed. But Davis, let's set up a lot of casuals that are watching, because I'm pretty much a casual when it comes to the Flyers. I love competitive hockey, but the
Mhm.
Flyers just haven't been amazing when I've been super into sports. So give us a little like dummies view to the Flyers. I almost said the Sixers. The Flyers, for who is fun to watch, and B, tell us what needs to happen in
Oh,
these last 5 games.
Zegras is a master with a puck. He's so
Okay.
fun to watch.
Okay.
46. I mean, he is an absolute dog out there. Who else to look out for? I think Travis Sanheim and Jamie Drysdale on the defensive side. They
Okay.
split them up, so now they're on 2 different lines. They have been phenomenal. Like, they are very
Drysdale's
good at
awesome.
they're very good at maneuvering the puck around to their teammates, but not only that, like, they're both 2 very physical defensemen that block up the center. Like, that's they block the center of the ice, and they've been absolutely on fire recently. But I think, I mean, even if you're a casual getting into the Flyers right now, Porter Martone is the guy to look at. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
he's what's going to get us to the playoffs, but that's the spark that usually I talk about in baseball, like an Aiden Miller coming up in
Yeah.
September. Maybe that causes a spark to let us go on a 4-0, a 4-game winning streak to win the division. Porter Mortone is now helping us get to that 3rd spot, or we're in a wild card spot that could lead us to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Will the Flyers win a playoff series? I absolutely do not think so. But I think winning the playoffs is an absolute statement for this team.
Agreed.
Positively
But
for moving
you don't
forward.
think there's a chance they could win a playoff series?
I don't think so. The power. You can't win a playoff series when you're the worst power play team in the.
Fair.
I almost said the country.
Fair.
In
That's
the
a
league.
great point.
Tocchet's
got to work his magic more in this team.
Yeah, unless Vladar just goes out and becomes
Stinson's head. Yeah.
What's his name? Quick from
Hellebuyck.
Hellebuyck. Quick
Yeah.
from the Kings, 2010. But
yeah,
again, this is make the playoffs, get these guys some experience, and next year's the true year. Let's start from the jump. Let's make the playoffs.
That's how you start off with Porter Martone's career. You take him to the playoffs, you get that experience, and you say, you know what, buddy, go be a freaking all-star now. Go be whatever the equivalent of like all NBA is for all.
Go
NHL,
be a
whatever.
40 goal scorer. Like, you don't see very many of those guys in the league anymore. So, like, go be an elite guy. And I think he absolutely can be.
And then this is my own personal question. What do you think about Sean Couturier and him being the Flyers captain?
What do
you think about him as a player?
I think his age has really shown over the past few years. He's very slow. He's very slow with the puck, but I think he's a guy generally. He knows where on the ice to be. I'm fine with him being the captain because he's the long-standing guy. But if it was to make a change, I think TK should absolutely get it next year.
He'd be a great captain.
I think he's the true leader of this team.
Yeah. Does Couturier stay with this team for a while, or what do you think? They should just go full youth movement.
Yeah, and I think it is smart sometimes to have that older veteran. Like,
I agree.
In my opinion, like, it's strange to think about that Konechny is the old vet on this team now for some of these young guys. Yeah. Like, I feel like I remember when he was just coming up, and like, I mean, it was like literally like
scoring goals on like the worst team in the league. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you still Drew was his guy coming up. So
Couturier is not Drew.
if Martone can be that kind of guy for or Konechny can be that kind of guy for Martone, I think that would be
they're on the same line. And I saw Konechny switch from left wing to right wing, whatever, just for him. I was like, I love that. And then Martone was getting beat up a little bit in a fight yesterday. And TK comes over and just puts the guy in a headlock, and you're like, "Oh yeah, dude, I love that stuff."
I'm cool. I'm cool with Couturier just on the team. Like, he's on the 4th line. He's on the second penalty kill. He's not getting a ton of time on the ice. So
no, he's really not.
He started the year on the second line. Like, they've clearly dropped him down, less ice time, but just be that guy in the locker room. And I would like to say I hope that's working, but I want to be on bug in that room with the GM, just knowing why they're, the reasons why they're moving him down, and what the long-term plan is. And I kind of agree with like Couturier. His defense has been horrible. It's been horrible. He does not stop anybody. He has no wheels anymore.
Yeah, he's bad.
But on the penalty kill, when he's able to stay on his feet in the center of the ice, he's been better. But any kind of fast break, he's been horrendous.
Just want to make it known, Larry Shoe 2145 hates Sean Couturier so much so he had multiple fans in the attendance at a Flyers game agreeing with him when he was screaming at him during the game. So there is a contingent of Flyers fans out there that aren't fans, but just wanted to get your take.
It's a new Flyers generation, and Sean Couturier is not that. Like,
no,
Sean Couturier is
he's from the Voracek Drew years.
Freaking Kevin Hayes, who couldn't put the freaking bottle down, it seemed like.
Whoa,
hated that guy. Hated that guy. The way that he doesn't like Couturier is my hate with Kevin Hayes. We'll have to talk about that another day. But
yeah, geez,
I'm excited for the Flyers.
The genie there. Yeah, I'm excited for the Flyers too. Hopefully the next time we come on these airwaves, we're talking about a playoff series, which, by the way, could line up with the Penguins, which would be very, very fun. Those Flyers Penguins series hit hard every single time they've happened. So that would be very fun. I don't know if I'm exactly rooting for it because it doesn't usually end well for the Flyers, but yeah, to say the least. But